Oh, there's no pressure for men to look lean and take steroids and take SARMs and take PDs and look like Superman. No, none of us have been raised watching He-Man. Coach Greg, and today I'm going to be going over Griffin Johnson's diet plan, supplement plan, which is being given by Bradley Martin. The goal is to put on 15 pounds in 3 months, natural. So let me preface by saying I first heard of Bradley Martin many years ago when he jumped out of a friggin' pool. And since then, he's grown, and is he in fact natural? Of course, he's not freaking natural. People have asked me to do a natty or not on Bradley Martin for like a year straight. I haven't done it. I don't need to, he's not natural. Are you kidding me? He's not natural. So he's coaching this kid, Griffin Johnson, who has 1 or 2 followers on TikTok. Some of you might have heard of him. He's only got a couple followers, but maybe you heard of him. So Griffin's shirtless and he's looking pretty lean. He's definitely in good shape. He's 21 years old, and I think he is natural from the looks of him. I don't know for sure, but I do think he is, in fact, natural.
But I'm the guy who needs the program more than this guy.
Yeah, we got to get you in there, man. What's going on?
I just started keto like 2 days ago. So.
Hopefully Bradley straightens him out because he obviously needs more help than his friend.
What are we going over today? You want me to grab the vitamins too? Yeah. Out of my room?
So we're going to go over the vitamins in his room. This should be interesting.
Like I was saying, say what you want about the TikTokers, but I mean, listen, dude, $20 million house, I don't got much else to say.
Maybe I need to switch over to TikTok. I don't have a $20 million house. I don't even have a $1 million house.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. Of course.
You already know.
Wow, I'm literally not shocked about.
I stocked the fridge. I'm the only one.
You stocked the fridge?
So he opens the door to the fridge, and all I can see is chocolate milk, beer, junk, and crap. And surprise, shocker, the guy that's going on keto is the one that's doing all the shopping. If you're trying to lose weight and be healthy, maybe you shouldn't buy a bunch of crap for the fridge.
Oh, these are the fucking worst, but they're the best, bro. I would kill this whole. This is dangerous, right?
Hey, you see why?
Oh, those are the best.
I mean, Bradley's freaking having an orgasm as he opens the door. Bradley's in shape. He can probably get away with it. Fast metabolism. The guy's been lean his whole life. This is not what you want to do if you're trying to lose weight. So this is what it's like when you're living with someone. Maybe you're living with a friend, roommate, girlfriend, boyfriend, parents, whatever. One person's goals are different than yours. Yours are probably, you want to be leaner and healthy. The other person's goals are, I don't give a shit. I just eat whatever I want. You have to avoid these temptations, but if they're there, it's really hard. What do you think I have? I have Allie next to me. It's pizzas and cookie pizzas and so on. It's not easy, but you have to be willing to put in the work. You need delicious foods that you like, that you can eat to avoid those other junky foods, okay? If you don't have something you're gonna wanna eat in your fridge or cupboard, you're gonna eat the shit that's there. So if you have junk in your house, make sure there's healthy alternatives that you will in fact eat.
Yeah. Damn it, guys. And what is it? Did you buy this too?
He's got a deep freeze, more junk in it. You gotta be careful, people. You can't just stock up on junk food. If you do wanna eat junk, I suggest you do this. Don't keep it in your house. And if you really want it that bad, hey, go out and eat it. Eat whatever you need, and then throw the rest out. Don't bring it home and keep it in the house. It's just not the smart way to do this.
Everyone's saying you can't do it. They're saying you can't gain the weight, man.
Everyone's saying Griffin can't gain this 15 pounds of muscle in 3 months because everyone's right. Everyone is actually smart and know what they're talking about. Even with PDs, that would be difficult. And I don't think he's on any PDs, so it's not gonna happen. You can't gain 15 pounds of muscle in 3 months natural. It's not gonna happen. Sorry, not gonna happen.
They're not really, they just like don't think it's possible. Maybe because I'm a TikToker, maybe because I look like a bitch, I don't really know.
Yeah.
It's not because you're a TikToker because you look like a bitch. It's because you can't do it. We're not breaking laws of thermodynamics. We're not putting on 15 pounds of muscle in 3 months natural. Stop getting your hopes up. The fact that you're 21 gives you a much better chance than most people, but it's still not going to happen.
I think the thing to underestimate is the fact that you had previously trained before.
I kind of gave up on it and now I'm coming back.
So yeah, I previously trained before. He's got a little bit of muscle memory. Better chance to get there. Still not going to happen. Muscle memory doesn't mean you can gain 15 pounds of muscle in 3 months. Natural. It doesn't. Enhanced muscle memory, yeah. So if he actually puts on 15 pounds of muscle in 3 months, you know he took PEDs for it. The natty or not would be answered. In 3 months, we can look back and say, hey, he's not natural because he put on 15 pounds of muscle. The video writes itself.
These are probably the things that most people, when we show you this right now, you're gonna be like, number one, what the fuck is that? Because these are not your typical supplements. Like most people will just, they'll take like a pre-workout,
pre-workout, creatine, protein.
Over-the-counter natty supplements. Yeah, that's the key. It's not like creatine, pre-workout protein powder. It's vitamins. Yeah, because the reason that natties aren't putting on 15 pounds of muscle is because they're not on the vitamins. Does anyone believe any of this?
So these are like, you're gonna see this and be like, what is this? If you guys want the cheat codes, basically, these are the cheat codes right here.
So these are the real secrets, people. I pressed pause. Let's read them. NAC. Why is he taking NAC? Is he on SARMs or gear? Why is he taking NAC? Apple cider vinegar. Boy, that's gonna make those gains jump up through the roof. Coenzyme Q. Yeah, that's so important for massive muscular development. And zinc. The real secrets are the vitamin SARMs that I'm not showing you in this picture, in this video. Sorry, the vitamins are not getting you jacked. Bradley's saying, oh, the cheat code. This is where it's more spews for more views. There is no cheat code to taking natty supplements that are gonna get you jacked. He's telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. What you want to hear is you can gain 15 pounds of muscle in 3 months if you supplement with some over-the-counter vitamins the right way and eat the right foods. What you need to hear is you're not even going to gain 5 pounds of muscle in 3 months natural. You're going to have to work for years to get this. If you have supreme genetics and you're a specimen of a man, maybe you can do it in 1 year. Maybe, probably not. Maybe in 2, probably not, but maybe. If you got newbie gains, maybe with great genetics, okay? What you need to hear is the truth. You gotta work hard. And not only hard, for a long period of time to get the body of your dreams. It's not gonna happen overnight, even if Bradley Martin's your coach, and Bradley Martin knows what he's talking about. Even with Bradley coaching, you're not gonna get that physique. Even with me coaching you, you're not putting on 15 pounds of freaking muscle in 3 months.
Creatine is like, if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, it's gonna benefit you. You just gotta, don't get caught up with the, oh, like, you know, I'm a little more bloated now because I started taking creatine. Like, that's okay, your body will go away. It will go away.
Creatine's been around for over 2 decades. I started using this around the age of 20. It does work. Might help you gain a couple pounds of muscle in a year. 15 pounds in 3 months? No, it's not that good. Is it effective and do I recommend it? Yes, you should use it, it's good. But it's not gonna turn you into a fitness model, it's not.
Yeah, I've taken creatine multiple cycles. Like I usually did 30 days on and then I'd take.
You can just stay on it.
So Griffin's taking cycles of creatine, 30 days on, 30 days off. You don't need to cycle creatine. Bradley clearly, you just stay on it all the time.
Really cheap and really effective for you guys if you want to get for yourself. These two are, like I'm saying, like very, very cheap. Very, very effective.
So yeah, oh my goodness, that apple cider vinegar and that Ceylon freaking cinnamon. Oh, it's so fantastic. 15 pounds, you gotta get these. Does Bradley have a vitamin company? Why is he advertising this stuff so strongly? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Unless he has a financial incentive to do so, I don't really get it. If he does, well then sure, makes sense.
It's not a very expensive supplement, so a lot of times companies aren't gonna like make bullshit. You know, they're not gonna put bullshit extracts
and stuff are usually pretty easy because it's all the same shit.
So what might be happening here is Bradley Martin doesn't really want everyone to think he's on PEDs because let's face it, United States, steroids illegal unless it's HRT from a doctor, okay? So if you want people to think you're natural, you say how effective the natty supplements are. Oh wow, they're so effective. So it kind of makes people think, well, he probably just takes those vitamins and it's helped him that much. It's like when people say, oh, I worked out 4 hours a day and I ate chicken, broccoli, and rice, 8 meals a day, I force-fed it. And that's how I put 20 pounds of muscle on for that movie role. People start thinking, oh, well, it's, 4 hours a day and all that food. I mean, that makes sense. They don't want you to know they took SARMs or steroids. And that is why they say these things.
I've already ate one and then I'm thawing these out and I'm gonna eat another one.
Okay.
So Griffin's eating prepackaged foods that he doesn't look particularly excited about. It doesn't look very filling. It just looks like food to get it over with. It doesn't look like he loves his diet. I don't think he's gonna stay on this diet for life. It doesn't seem the diet that's gonna work. Is he gonna gain 15 pounds of muscle from it? No!
Kind of put in the puzzle pieces and finish out.
What are your macros total right now?
So Bradley asked, what are your macros now? Because we all know it's the macros that matter, not if you're in a calorie surplus or deficit. It's the macros. It's all about the macros. So his goal every day is at least 3,000 calories. He's 164 pounds. Obviously, he's bulky. He's trying to put on a lot of muscle, so he's eating more calories. So at least 3,000 a day. Could he, in fact, eat less than that and put on muscle? Of course he could, as long as he's in a surplus and not in a huge deficit. Could he put on muscle in a deficit? Of course he could. He could still put muscle on a deficit. But the dude is really lean, doesn't need to get leaner, so who cares? He's going to eat 3,000 calories a day, probably put on a bunch of fat in the process, put on some muscle, and maybe he gains 15 pounds at the end of this. 5 hits muscle and 10 pounds is fat water.
My protein yesterday was 168.
That's slightly over 1 gram per pound of body weight. Fantastic. That's all he needs. No reason to have more protein than that. He could, but he doesn't need to. No way is he losing muscle tissue based on the protein that he's doing. So good job.
My carbs was a little high. It was like 190 something.
That's fine, yeah.
His carbs was a little high. He says 190 something. Is he on a freaking diet? 190 something's a little high? It's a little high if you're on a keto diet. It's not a little high if you're on a freaking 3,000 calorie diet. Are you kidding me? That's a low carb diet. You eat less carbs than I do on a diet. Do these guys know anything about calories and macros? Do they? 190s? So I just did some quick math. That's about 25% of his calories come from carbs. How is that high? High? What? What? And he says, when I get my carbs in, I feel full. Well, oftentimes carbs are associated with also containing fiber, give you a sense of fullness. Also, carbs, for every 1 gram of carb, you're gonna store 3 grams of water as muscle glycogen. You're gonna feel more full. It makes sense to add more bulk to your diet, okay? People all think, oh, fat's satiating. No, it's not in fact satiating because a small, tiny bit of fat has a lot of calories. Is it satiating to eat a lot of fat? Sure, but you're gonna be at 1,000 plus calories in a meal if you wanna be full from fat. It's not the way to feel full. If you're trying to bulk and you're a skinny guy and you put on a lot of weight, you're a football player, sumo wrestler, powerlifter, sure, do it. But if you're trying to put on muscle, you don't need to go crazy on fats.
And then my fats were like right around like 80.
Okay, so he's at 80 grams of fat, which is 720 calories from fat. That adds up to 2,170 calories. He just said he's eating 3,000 calories or more. Do you see how people have no clue what they're actually eating? He's tracking macros. He doesn't have a clue what he's freaking eating. 2,170 calories. That sound like a bulk diet to you? Trying to put on 15 pounds? Bradley's just sitting there nodding his head. Okay, sure, that sounds good. Oh yeah, I gotcha. Why isn't he immediately saying, dude, you're not eating enough carbs, what's wrong with you? You need more freaking food. How do you expect to gain 15 pounds eating like a freaking bird? Why isn't he saying that? Why isn't he calling him out? You think I would have sat there with my mouth shut and just nodded? What is it, because he has 9 million followers on TikTok, you can't put him in his place and say, dude, do you have any freaking clue what you're doing? You're eating all wrong. You're gonna make me look like an idiot when you don't put on those 15 pounds. You're starving yourself. What's happening? 2,100 calories. So people are like, oh yeah, man, I'm bulky. I'm eating 4,000 calories. I'm eating 5,000. No, you're not. You don't have a clue what you're eating. You're just spitting out a number that sounds cool.
You don't want too low fat, because that's something a lot of people do, like a higher carb diet and normal protein, and they'll drop fat almost completely out. They'll even they won't even use some people will only spray and they won't use cooking oils and things like that. But you gotta understand, if you cut your fat completely out, it's gonna make it really hard for your body to produce certain hormones.
And Bradley's right, you can't cut your fat completely out. You can't be eating only 10 grams of fat a day. You need some healthy fats in your diet. If you have none, it's harder to make hormones like testosterone, okay? So Bradley's given some healthy fat choices, which are good. Avocados, salmon, fatty fish, nuts, and so on.
Do you recommend a keto for someone like me? Like, what would be your...
It could work for you, amazing, and you could also feel miserable. that's the thing, you have to try it.
So yeah, that's good advice. You know, you can try any diet, and if it's working, it's working. The best diet's the one that works.
What would you advise if I wasn't already on something? Like, what would be your initial, like?
I would ask you, I would tell you just like I would tell the people, I would say, like you said a minute ago, what do you like?
Yeah.
Like what kind of foods do you like?
Perfect advice. You should be dieting on foods you enjoy. Just because it's diet time doesn't mean chicken, broccoli, and rice again. No. Do you like popcorn? Do you like French toast, pancakes, pizza? What do you like? And let's find a way to allow you to eat those foods. Because if you can eat a diet that you enjoy, you're going to stick to it. You think this guy is sticking to keto? He's gonna open a cupboard, see a bunch of crap foods, pasties, chips, cereals, and so on, and he's gonna eat it. And once he starts, he ain't gonna be able to stop. Once you eat one, you get the taste of it, and then how you putting the bag down? You're not till it's empty.
So this is my best advice. This is and you're cook it in here in this house. You're cook it down because this is it.
I actually could resist it until I go like I'll just have one. And it's never just one.
Oh, I could resist it. Yeah, I could resist it till I had one, and then I couldn't stop. Only buy what you know you can eat. See, Bradley Martin's full of good information.
That's what I'm saying. So you buy what you know you could eat. That's what I was gonna say. Because if you're in this house, this is like you're cooking. Like if I was in here and I was dieting and I ate like a few of those, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna eat everything else.
You guys think you're more dedicated and disciplined than Bradley Martin? Bradley can't do it. He's smart enough to know. No, you don't get that shit food that you can't stop eating in your house. If you're on a diet trying to lose weight, get rid of it.
I worked out so much. I did so much excessive training and I dieted so hard. I swear to God, it's no bullshit. No bullshit. I was in college and my dick did not work, and I was like, "What is going on?" I remember going to the doctor and being like, "What the fuck is going on?"
So Bradley, I can relate. Bradley dieted so hard, he's trying to get so ripped in university that his dick couldn't work. Why do you think that is? Well, A, it's partly because of hormones. His fat intake was almost a zero, almost no freaking fat. You need some healthy fat to have functioning hormones. What else? He was starving himself to be shredded. And guess what happens when you starve yourself to be shredded? Your dick stops working. Your body doesn't want to procreate when it's starving. It conserves energy. It says, we gotta get that thing hard to have sex to make a baby? You're not even eating. What makes you think you can support a child? Not's the time to be procreating. So out there, if you're on a diet and you're not able to get an erection, you might be over dieting. Women, you end up not getting your period. You only think women suffer from not eating enough. Men suffer too. That's right, men suffer. It's not just women. Men and women who over diet and have the same pressures to look a certain way. That's right, same pressures. Look on social media. Men are all shredded. No % body fat. They're ripped, abs everywhere, all huge muscles. Oh, there's no pressure for men to look lean and take steroids and take SARMs and take PDs and look like Superman. No, none of us have been raised watching He-Man. Every single human being has pressure to look a certain way. We all do. The thing you need to remember is do the best that you can do. Nothing wrong with trying to look better. But if it's getting to the point where it's affecting your health, mental health, physical health, and so on, do something about it. Eat more, go seek counseling. He was so ripped that his vein went from his crotch to his chest. He's shredded. He was starving himself and exercising to the point of exhaustion. That is not healthy. I don't promote this. Some of you probably think I do. No, it's not good. Harder than last time doesn't mean beat yourself up into a pulp every single day to the point of exhaustion and an eating disorder. No, it means progressive overload. Go a bit harder than the last time. But if you're going too hard, go easier than last time. You need a rest day at that point.
I know you guys. I see you guys sending me messages talking shit. You just have to see the final product. Watch it work.
November 19th.
November 19th.
November 19th.
Mark the cooking day.
Mark the calendar. 15 pounds.
I am doubting it, Bradley, and November 19th, I guess, is the day that he's going to prove us all wrong. Can't wait to see this. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFB Pro. You know about the videos. Go click on them. And until next time, I am out.